for your homes and offices. Worry no more. E-Electronic got you covered with the growing of modern digital electronic devices with good quality, guarantee and affordability. E-Electronic is the best and trusted place for you. Browse now to E-Electronic and get the best quality of a wide range of appliances such as refrigerators, microwaves, gas cookers, washing machines, fan of all types, chargers, headsets, headphones, flat screens, dispensers, air conditioners, plumbing materials, HDMI cable, solar panel, solar batteries, water pipes and tanks. Visit us today at Brikama Market opposite Islamic Bank or call us on 788-9398 or 9819-398. Better still on 6789-389. E-Electronics, dealers of all electronic wholesale and retail.
Hello and welcome to Preso Room on Atlantic TV, and I'm your host Usman Sedikan. Honorable Kanteh, the National Assembly member for BUSUMBALA constituency, with whom we will be discussing a lot of issues going on in the country, including the much talked about bill that is now an act, the former president's bill. Honorable, you are welcome to this program.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sedikan. Extending same greeting to you and the entire membership of the Preso Group. Why Preso Group? Preso Room. You know, and by extension to the Atlantic TV.
Thank you, Honorable. So to begin with, we'll be talking about the former President's Act now. We know that the bill has been passed and is now an act last week.
Yeah.
But some National Assembly members chose to leave the chambers when it was voted in favor for the bill to be considered as a matter of urgency, and you are one of them.
Yeah.
Why did you leave the chambers?
Thank you very much, and thanks for that question. Yes, we did receive certificate from the executive that is brought to the National Assembly and directed it to the Speaker for it to be communicated to members for the consideration of certain number of bills to be considered on the certificate of urgency. Among those bills, we come direct to what you have asked, is former President's bill. Former President's bill was tabled before deputies, and the Speaker made a pronouncement that for members to look and consider it on the certificate of urgency. Situation like that, when a bill is brought under that situation, members have to vote first before they proceed to the next level, you know, to consider whether it fits the purpose for the bill to be considered under the certificate of urgency. So when the Speaker put the matter to vote, 17 of us decided that it doesn't merit for the matter to be considered under the certificate of urgency.
Why did you think it was not?
I will come to that. Because I felt that when the bill was communicated to us, I have put the bill to my electorates. I have a constituency, forum, and I put the bill there for members to, constituency members to have their say on that bill. And most of the feedbacks, or the feedback I got from that bill is that there is it's not a matter of urgency, from my constituency members. And after further scrutiny into the bill, I also realized that there is no matter, that will warrant it to be an urgency, simply because there is an existing act, former president's bill. But let's ask ourselves, how many former presidents do we have in this country? We have one former president, that's in the person of President Yahya Jammeh. But is he benefiting from the previous former president's bill? No, he's not benefiting it. That bill was passed in 2006, and that's the bill where the former President Jawara was benefiting. He was benefiting from the allowance of $50,000, the car, and other, workforce within his domestic house. But then, when the President Barrow came into power, now we have another former president. Is this former president benefiting from this bill, from this act? He's not benefiting it. So what is the urgency there? Tabling this other bill under a matter of, certificate of urgency. Because if at all the former President Jammeh was benefiting from that bill, that act, we would have said, maybe considering the economic situation of the country and considering the well-being of the president, the executive may feel it deemed necessary that they bring this bill before the National Assembly for us to consider, make some adjustment in terms of earning. Probably, if at all he is benefiting from the previous act, but he is not benefiting.
According to the minister, Jammeh is wanted.
I'll come to that. Even the minister saying that Jammeh is wanted, that's not a justification to say Jammeh cannot benefit from the current one. That's not a justification. There is no caveat. Let me say there is no limitation there is no provision in the current act that says Jammeh cannot benefit. Do you understand? Now that when we left, honorable member for Upper Salum, proposed to them that hence there is no provision that is saying, anything about disqualifying the former president from benefiting this. Can we say a former president that has been found wanting on the stand of misconduct, has been deposed from the office, now it is there. If a president is found wanting, on the part of misconduct and deposed from his office, then he cannot benefit. But as the time we are leaving that chamber, that there is no caveat in the act that will prevent former President Jammeh from benefiting. And in fact, even that provision in it now, the former president can stand to enjoy this benefit. You know what? Even the minister is saying that the former president is in conflict with the law. That is fact. Is let's say recommendation from the TRRC. But then that TRRC recommendation is subjected to what? A trial at the court of competent jurisdiction. Did anyone take the matter to the court? And unless and until the court of competent jurisdiction make a verdict, decision, judgment against Jammeh, he can stand to benefit from this.
For you, the fact that Jammeh is in conflict with the law, as per the
doesn't disqualify him.
Doesn't disqualify him from enjoying what a former president should enjoy.
Yes. Unless and until he is found guilty of the allegations made against him.
According to the minister, the bill was meant to maintain the integrity of the former president.
Maintaining the integrity of the former president, nobody will deny that. As a former president of the nation, I will not like a former president to be a person of subjected to all sort of like being a former president of this country. I would not like to see you suffering. Do you understand? I would love you to live in a modest life, in a moderate form, dignified life.
Okay, so
but when we say that, that doesn't qualify that the former president should earn the same salary with the sitting president. That is excessive.
Aside from not seeing any urgency in the bill.
Yeah.
I mean, the content of the bill.
That's what I'm saying.
The salary.
This is a provision in the bill that the former president should have the same salary with that of a sitting president. That is excessive to me.
Could you not have sat in chambers and then argue about that?
If I don't see any urgency in that, I need further thorough consultation on this matter. There's no urgency. President Barrow is still the president of this country. He will be there for more than 2 to 3 years, and he is at liberty to vie for it again. If at all President Jammeh is benefiting from the previous act, one can sit and say it. Yes, let us sit and look at the desirability of it. Whether, considering the economic situation of the country, or the the rising cost of commodities, whether it's still prudent for the president of the former president to be given allowance of 50,000 for maintenance, whether it's prudent. With those circumstances, one can sit and consider it. But there is a previous act he is not benefiting. The one who should benefit have more than 2 to 3 years, an extra 5 years to, if he win the election, to enjoy. What is the urgency of tabling the bill, tabling that bill on the certificate of urgency? There is no urgency in it.
Because the former president is not enjoying or benefiting from the current act.
Yes.
Critics are saying that this bill, or which has now become an act, is just for the president, for President Barrow.
Yeah, but that's why the urgency test here is negative. That's why the bill cannot pass, under the certificate of urgency, because the urgency there is negative. If the President Barrow, have only maybe 1 year to go, and he said, okay, as far as I served this country for 10 years, I have no intention to run for next term. One can understand, yes. Hence they brought this on the certificate of urgency. Let's consider it, because we are coming to have what? A former president. But he have 3 years to go, and he can also vie for another 5 years. So where is the urgency? Why roasting people to make a decision that will affect the whole country?
So the urgency is what you are questioning.
Yeah. There is no urgency in it.
Let's park the issue of urgency
Okay.
away.
Yeah.
I mean, the content of the bill itself.
One of the content I told you, that a former president, I will argue that the former president should not have the same salary of like the sitting president.
And now when it becomes an act, it's now 80% instead of 100.
Yeah, 80%.
Yeah.
But even 80%,
that's too
that's too excessive.
3 cars.
Yeah. 3 cars, depending on the circumstances. You see, when you said when you look at the previous act, the former president, also should have the 3 car. The previous act, the former president should have the 3 car. For the car, I'm not that much against it. Yeah, these are, machines that can have defect problems along the way. So if the former president is given a 3 car for the next 5 years, for you to change that car and have another. When you change that car belongs to the state, and give him another car. That is to encourage him to live in a very, moderate or modest life.
As people
dignified life.
As some people argue, this bill, which is now a law, could ensure that people don't overstay in power. Do you agree with that? Because that when I step down or through votes or any other thing, I'm going to be enjoying.
But no. You cannot say it enjoying here. You have been enjoying as a president. Citizens have given you everything whilst you are a president. The clothes that you wear, is bought by the citizen, taxpayer, from taxpayers' money. Even the water that you drink is from the taxpayers' money. The car that you drive is from the taxpayers' money. Do you understand? So you cannot continue, you cannot continue to feed from the taxpayers' money. You are a president for 10 years, people are catering everything for you. And now you leave office, you want to be in that situation. That cannot be.
So for you, that is
That's
no-go area.
That's too excessive. No one would like to see a former president suffer, but then no one would like to see a former president acting like a president again.
I mean, having an office.
Having an office is what is going to be in that office. You can have an office, but an office that will have a cabinet say is too excessive. I'm not saying he should not have a office. He's the former president, of course. He will be engaged in certain activities that will be benefit to this nation. But to say it like the provision there, a former president should have an office just like a cabinet, that's too excessive.
So in 2 days, we saw the parliament discussed about 4 bills.
Yeah.
So, but the anti-corruption bill has been in the parliament for years. What is wrong? What is the anti-corruption bill? Why is it taking so long in the parliament?
Yeah, parliament is about process and procedures. The anti-corruption bill passes first reading, second reading. We are now at the consideration stage. Consideration stage is wherein people will look at the each clause of the bill and scrutinize and put forward their proposal. So anti-corruption bill is a bill that that we inherit as new National Assembly members. We met it in the Assembly, and we are looking at it at the consideration stage. This consideration stage, there are proposals. Like I remember there is the first proposal for the changing, for insertion of a new section. That will like not give that bill, a retrospective effect was brought in the parliament, for them to insert it. I think, if I don't forget, it's section 20 was inserted, and that bill, seek to address the bill not to have a retrospective effect was inserted, and we voted for it. For us who believe that there should be no retrospective, there should be a retrospective clause in the bill. It should look at the past. Some are saying it should not look at the past, and that section was inserted to prevent the bill from looking at the past.
How urgently does the Gambia need an anti-corruption bill?
The urgency there matters, but what matters, what they are having, whether it is of substance to them. That is our concern. Otherwise, last session, anti-corruption bill would have been passed. But we have seen that there are, very important sections in the anti-corruption bill that has been watered down, removed by a popular vote among members. We feel that we need to reconsider those sections so that they can be inserted back again, so that the bill that we are passing, we are giving to the citizen, will be a bill that will address their needs and aspirations. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We know people are eager to have an anti-corruption act. We advocate for it. We all want it because it is going to address the ill-gotten wealth and other ills in the society, but then we want to give them in a proper format so that it can address those needs.
Do you think Parliament is very serious about enacting an anti-corruption bill?
As far as I'm concerned, as a National Assembly member for Busumbala constituency, I am very much serious to pass anti-corruption bill, but in a proper format that will address what we are yearning for.
Because I believe if much seriousness is put into the bill too, like other bills like the former president's bill, which according to some people is of less importance compared to anti-corruption bill. The bill would have been passed now.
I think Gambians, most people need to look at the National Assembly very carefully and be following us when we are dealing with these bills. Then you will know the MPs that doesn't want the bill to pass and the MPs that want the bill to pass. The MPs that want the bill to come in a skeleton form, and the MPs that want the bill to come in a substance form. Do you understand? When we want the bill to come in a, just an elementary form, it will not redress anything. We would have passed the bill in the last session, because we went up to the last section, the last provision of the bill, but upon finishing it, we realized that there are sections like 37 and other sections that are removed from the bill. And these sections are there to, like, I will give you an example. There is a section which says that you cannot, out of favor, to give money, to people for a favor. For example, I give you money so that you will be very careful in the way you will question me. Some of the things you think are going to discriminate me, but I give you money so that you will not do that. That money will be used against me. Do you understand? There is a section that is talking about that. Even in these naming ceremonies, like a contractor, who needs something from my office, because he need that contract and I'm in a position of influence to give him that contract. When excess, to buy bull and other things and brought it to my naming ceremony, and even though he doesn't possess the qualities and the qualification to be awarded with that contract, because I'm in the authority, I give it to him, those things will be used as an evidence against me, and that provision has been removed. So we want that provision to be in. Do you understand?
So do you think in the next session the anti-corruption bill?
Of course. We are to reconsider one or two sections, So after that, it will be passed.
So how helpful would it be to the Gambia, according to you?
And the bill, because it's like, even whereas I am in a position today, but my earnings are not sufficient for me to build story buildings and buying expensive cars, and all of this, I was doing it through obtaining bribes somewhere else, favors. This bill, there is this section there that is also watered down, and that section also is there to make sure that to address that ill. So we also want to reconsider that section. So if we have a proper anti-corruption bill, people will be very careful in the way they even do procurements, award contracts, and obtaining favors. So that will effectively address the corruption issues in this country.
So last week we saw reparations bill 2 being passed, which among other things sought to ensure that reparation processes get fast-tracked. What's your view of that?
Okay, if you see that proceedings also, it also come is also tabled on the
Urgency.
certificate of urgency. And people like me and others felt that it should not be on the certificate of urgency. We are really in need of that bill to address issues that it is promulgated for. But it should not be on the certificate of urgency because we need to make a thorough consultation. It need to be a very consultative between National Assembly members, the committee concerned, and that of the stakeholders, the victims, victim families, victim-led society organizations, so that their inputs can be in the bill, and which is also going to benefit, and represent. Like the commission will be in the bill, so maybe their membership in that commission, and their recommendations in that commission is going to be very helpful. But you see, when you brought the bill under a certificate of urgency, you are in essence denying people to scrutinize that bill,
So
to serve the purpose.
For you believe the NAMs needed more time to scrutinize the bill. And
not only the NAM, when you say the NAM needed, not only the NAM have people that they are in partnership with in terms of which bill should be tabled before the National Assembly. Like today, I was with the MOJ, Minister of Justice. I was with the National Human Rights Commission. I was with the police prosecution. We are looking at criminal procedure bill. Criminal procedure bill. Just today, when we were calling, that is what we are looking at. So there you have all these stakeholders, and we'll be going clause by clause, provision by provision in that act, in that bill, so that we either adjust, reduce, or maintain in its format after a proper scrutiny in it. So this is what we want in all, because laws are made for posterity. You don't make law just for the sake of making laws. You make law for not only a generation. You make law to stand a test of time, so that people will not go back all the time amending, repealing laws that are made. Laws should be made to serve a purpose.
So we go to the judiciary remuneration bill. We saw the National Assembly member quickly rejected the judiciary remuneration bill. Don't you think you needed more time to scrutinize the bill?
Okay, when you said quickly rejected the judiciary bill, like I said, National Assembly is a is a body wherein any disagreement will be put into vote. If members we are not like sensitized on a bill, and the bill was tabled before them, with a view for them to make a decision. Members will make a decision based on their perspective of the bill. If you look at the judicial bill, that bill is purposely for judiciary, upkeep, their benefits. And most of those benefits, the judiciary members are enjoying it for now. The only benefits that they are not enjoying, one can say it, is their pensions. Or if Chief Justice retired, he should be receiving salary equivalent to, he should go with his salary. So he will be enjoying that salary for the rest of his life.
In fact, when that bill was rejected,
Yeah.
some people were criticizing the NAMS because they said you allocated yourselves vehicles and then denied the judiciary officials some privileges that the bill came with.
The judicial officers are having vehicle, and the term and condition attached to their vehicle is more favorable than the NAMS. I'm not justifying this vehicle issue because I was not a member when they are debating or making decision for this vehicle. It was a fifth legislation, you know. But like I said, I you know, I am both. Yeah, I can say from today, if I leave National Assembly, I can be a judicial officer because I'm a lawyer. Do you understand? But like I'm saying, if you want to make that comparison, yeah, judicial officers are enjoying vehicle free of charge, their fuel, yeah, their drivers, yeah, and other even coupons.
Did you vote against that bill?
I vote against it.
Why?
Yeah, these are some of the things I'm saying. You know, I will not give, you know, just vote on a bill to pass without consulting my electorates. Even some judges call me. That's what I told them. You know, I will not vote for a bill just for the sake of voting it without making a thorough consultation with my electorates. And after, when the bill was, you know, given to us, I have spoken to my electorates, those who voted me in. And what they are saying, they did not support the bill. Based on the fact that, you know, how can Chief Justice retired, yeah, with the same salary, and he will be paid in the same salary till death? And not only that, the family, you know, after his death, the family will be, the spouse will be paid with, you know, judges, nobody will undermine the fact that they are not doing, you know, what is expected in this country, you know. But then the timing, the economic situation of the country need to be put into, you know, consideration when you are making certain decisions. Like I tell you, there are judges in this country who are residing in government houses, and the government furnished house. They are living in the government furnished house, you know. There are judges who are given cars with fuels, and all those things are in this bill.
Because they are working for the state.
Yeah. So that's why when you said they are saying the people try to justify, you know, that National Assembly members should not do it because they are, you know. Honestly, I tell my electorates, you know, if at all I did not have a go ahead from my electorate to take the car, I would not have taken the car, because at the time of making decision on those cars, I was not a National Assembly member. But beside my electorates, most of the executives, yeah, came to my house. I campaigned with a Pajero, my own car, yeah, and that Pajero is still with me. I have my Lexus, my own car, and that is still with me. So some National Assembly is not a matter of, you know, yes, do or die, we must have this car. But because it's a precedent that you found in the National Assembly, it's a decision that you already found in the National Assembly. Upon consultation of your people, if they said don't take it, you will not take it.
So did your people say take it?
Yes, I called them for a meeting. Yeah. I called them, the executives, for a meeting, that this is what is happening in the National Assembly, you know. But their decision is, this is a policy you made there. And besides, we know, you know, you have your cars. not even a car, but cars. So should I leave the car there just because? And beside, we are, people need to understand this. We are paying some amount towards the maintenance of this car. Those who have taken drivers are paying drivers from their own coffers. Fueling is entirely your responsibility. Yeah. So it's different from judicial officers like we are comparing. Their fuelings are done by the,
Critics are saying that the National Assembly literally robbed the poor taxpayers by allocating themselves such a vehicle.
Like I will tell you once again, when they are allocating themselves those vehicles, I was not at the decision-making table. Otherwise, I would have made my decision. But when it comes, when I was there, I consulted my electorates before taking it.
And finally, Honorable, we talk about some security issues in the country. Often we hear about some criminal activities happening somewhere in the country. What's your view of the security situation of the country?
I think we have a program on security, the security sector reform. Unless we are serious and committed as a government, to implement that reform program, we'll still find challenges. We'll still face challenges, in terms of security of this country. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Honorable, for being on Presorum. Viewers, that would do for today, and please join us for another edition next Saturday. Thank you so much, and bye.
Thank you so much, my brother. I'm grateful. So I will extend greeting to the viewers and to the Presorum members. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you need a quality and affordable electronic appliances for your homes and offices? Worry no more. E-Electronic got you covered with the growing of modern digital electronic devices with good quality, guarantee and affordability. E-Electronic is the best and trusted place for you. Rush now to E-Electronic and get the best quality of a wide range of appliances such as refrigerators, microwaves, gas cookers, washing machines, fan of all types, chargers, headsets, headphones, flat screens, dispensers, air conditioners, plumbing materials, HDMI cable, solar panel, solar batteries, water pipes and tanks. Visit us today at Brika Market opposite Islamic Bank or call us on 788-9398 or 9819-398, better still on 6789389. E-Electronics, dealers of all electronic wholesale and retail.